Hi there. I promised somebody that I would show them how I make my shabby flowers. And I thought this is a good time, as good a time as any to show you. So I will show you the process. I probably won't do every single step because you don't want to watch that. So the first thing I do is I get a piece of thick paper, or you can use fabric or felt or something, and I've done it with felt. And I have a piece of paper, a circle, and I've got my glue gun heating up. I just trace a couple circles, and I originally traced around one of these little containers. So I don't know, I think that's probably about 2 inches. So I just do that and I cut one of these out. But to start, I take fabric and tear it about 2 inches wide. And then I sew along, I fold it in half and sew along the open edge. So that's the second part. And I just tear it. Then I take a pair of sharp scissors and I just sit there and I clip, I'm trying to show you, clip every little bit. Let me see. I don't have anything to measure with. It's probably, I'm going to guess, 1/4 of an inch. But I just sit there while I'm watching TV and clip, 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 clip. So then when I have those done and it's time to make a flower, try to find one that's, you can do any color. I've done a purple one, made a pretty flower. I kind of like these natural looking ones. Doesn't look like I have any of those clipped though, so we'll make a pink flower. So I take my clipped stuff and my glue gun and my circle. So hopefully you can see what I'm doing. And I just take and I have this ready. I usually like to have it laid out so that it's going in the right direction because I'm going to be going around like this in a circle. So I just put some hot glue on here like so, and then I lay down my clipped stuff like this. Then I just do, and I don't do a whole gob at a time. I'm hoping I run out of glue so I can show you that trick that I learned about the glue sticks. But I just keep doing it like that. You know what? I think I'm going to change views so perhaps you can see better, hopefully. I think as long as I leave it on that newspaper, you'll be in range. So what I'm doing is I'm going to lay down glue along the edge. And then I just kind of bend this because it's clipped, so it's going to turn with you as you're doing it. Now when I get over here, I'm gonna put glue on and I'm going to go clear over the top to about there. And then I'll start turning. And I don't know where I learned this. It surely was off of YouTube, but I looked and looked and I couldn't find the place that I learned it from so that I could just share the video. So I thought, oh well, I'll just make a video. Well, there I stuck it to the paper, oh well. I like using those cutting mats from Dollar Tree to craft on because then I don't get a mess all over, but I don't know where mine is. It's probably over at the crafting place. Anyway, I'm just going to continue doing this around and around and on the inside, a little bit more on the inside. You can go barely inside, and I like to go right here at the edge of my fabric for my next row. You can take less than that so that you have more rows of the flower, of the fabric I should say. Anyway, just keep going around and around. Alright, it looks like I'm going to have to add a new glue stick. So I wanted to show you a trick that somebody said, and it works really good. You take your new glue stick and you put a little dab of glue on it, and then stick it in your back of your glue gun to the next piece of glue. I think I maybe didn't wait long enough, but I think it's still going to work. Anyway, you just keep doing this, and I want to show you what to do when you get kind of to the end. Ooh, I made a big stick of glue. I'm going to stick something on that so I don't stick my fabric in it. So I'm getting closer and closer to the end. Just keep turning it, and I kind of maybe double it over a little. You don't want to go like do and make it a square flower. So right there, I don't know if you can see where the two glue sticks are glued together. I'm getting close to the end, so I'm almost to the end here. So what I'm going to do is take a pair of scissors, and I'm just going to go up 2 or 3 of the little slits and cut it off. And then I'm going to put a dab of glue in there and finish it off like that. So we're almost done. I gotta let that set for just a minute. But there's your flower. There's the back of it. This is like I put on that wreath that I made out of paper doilies. That's the kind of flower I used. Now that this is kind of dry, I want to make it shabby. So I'm going to move this so I don't burn myself. I just put my finger in the middle, and I take my other hand and I do this. And it just kind of rags up the edges of the fabric a little. And I really like the effect. It just kind of, now this back one, it kind of looks weird, so I'm going to cut this last one off. Oh, that looks weird too. I think I'll glue a little spot. This is how you fix things when you mess up. I'm just going to glue that to the back end. So I'll get my glue gun here. Put a little bit of glue across there. And I'm going to lay this down there. And from the front, you're never going to know. That's the part we're going to be looking at. So then, for the middle, you have tons of choices. You can use beads. I have some of these kind of beads, pearl looking beads. These are the colored pearl looking ones. Whoops, sorry about that, guys. And then I have these that kind of look like ice. And when they're like this, I'll put 2 or 3 of those in there on it. Which I think is what I'm going to use. So since I'm going to do that, I'm just going to put kind of a big thing of glue in here. And then I'm just going to take some beads and stick them down in there. And that one happened to have 3 or 4. Let me put a little bit so there'd be 5, because they always say make it an uneven number. Now that's going to dry clear, that glue. But one thing I did with it was this little container here that you can get at Dollar Tree. I made one and glued it to the top. And so you could put things in it. And I put a pretty little, that's a button. Anyway, that's how you make those. And they're very pretty. And I just use scraps of fabric. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.